In the Bible, did Jesus ever say, "I'm God, worship me"?
That's a common answer is no. Jesus never came out and said in those exact words.
A problem in identifying the difference between the Quran and the Bible. The Quran is a direct words of Allah. Allah spoke through Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the mankind. That is the revelation of the Quran. And among those things which Allah has revealed in the Quran is that He tells us the history of what had happened to the past prophets. He gives us the story of what happened to Prophet Abraham, Prophet Moses, Prophet David, and so on. And even Prophet Jesus, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him. He told us what happened to him. And that is why you cannot find what Jesus said himself, because he is not the one speaking in the Quran. It is Allah who is speaking. Allah tells us what happened to Jesus. Allah is the one telling us about Jesus, not Jesus telling us about himself. Quran is from Allah, and that is why Allah tells us that Jesus is a Messiah. Jesus is being born by Mary without father, and Jesus healed the leopard and so on. We don't need Jesus to tell us himself, because he's not the one communicating to us through the Quran. It is Allah who is communicating to us through the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, which is the revelation of the Quran to the mankind. And so whatever he said there, we believe in it. If you don't believe that Quran is the words of God, then that is your own problem. We do believe that Quran is the words of Allah because of the numerous evidence we have found in the Quran and in the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is not something new that people do reject Prophet due to their own selfish interest. Even Jesus was rejected by the Jews, so it is not something that is new to us. So if you reject Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, then that is your own problem. It is not our own problem, because we do believe in the Quran. And so we don't need Jesus to tell us himself in the Quran that he is the Messiah, because Allah already tells us everything we need to know about Jesus. And since he is the supreme, so we don't need any confirmation from anyone to believe that Jesus is the Messiah. Unlike the Bible that is supposed the words of Jesus, if you claim that Jesus said something, then you have to show us where Jesus said it, because the Bible was supposed to be the words of Jesus. It's supposed to be the life history of Jesus and what Jesus has said during his lifetime. So if Jesus have said that he is God, or he said that they should worship him, it's supposed to be written in the gospel, and not people trying to put some words in the Bible or trying to interpret the Bible in the wrong way. If Jesus never said that he is God during his lifetime and it's not in the Bible, then let no one say that Jesus is God, because he didn't say so in the Bible. But if Shamoun knows the Quran as he used to claim, and also as so many people used to claim that he knows so much about the Quran, then he should fear Allah and stick to the truth. And if he knows the truth about the Quran and is still trying to trace the words of the Quran, then he should fear Allah. And also I am praying for him that if he's one of those who is being guided, then let Allah guide him to the truth. But if he's one of those who is being misguided, then let Allah show the end of him. And also I'm not surprised, because Allah already told us in the Quran, في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا ولهم عذاب أليم بما كانوا يكذبون, that in their heart there is a kind of a disease in their heart, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increases that disease, and for them it's a great punishment, because they are liars. They know about the Quran, but they keep on lying. They knows the truth, and I'm very sure that Shamoun knows the truth, but he keeps on lying and twisting the Quran. Even if you try to explain it to him, he will still try to twist the Quran, trying to bring other phrases of the Quran just to see that he confuses you. May Allah guide all of us to the right path. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.